This Indian Buddhist monk had his SB-1 denied 2 times. He's been out of the country for many years and he suffered misfortune after misfortune after misfortune. When he goes to the consulate, the officer just said, no, you've abandoned your green card. You've left the US for too long. You haven't filed taxes in the US and you really don't have any roots in the US other than your US citizen children. You could have come, but you didn't. You chose to stay here in India. So we're not gonna grant you the SB-1 visa. His US citizen children were desperate to help him find a way to come back to the US. Found us on YouTube and did a consultation with us. We prepared everything. We went down into Mexico with the 2 US citizen children, present his case at the border, got it approved that he's back in the US. Let me tell you everything that happened. Hi everyone, my name is Joseph. I'm the managing partner here at Zan Associates, where we solve legal problems with creative solutions. So the legal problem is, well, he's a green card holder that left the US for too long and he needed to prove that he did not abandon his US residency. Now, his case is complicated because he's been out of the US for many years. He had 2 SB-1 denials and he had practically no documents to back him up. Most of the time when we're looking at cases with SB-1 denials, it's like the best of all cases get SB-1 denied. Like the family members of consular officers, billionaires had their SB-1s denied. But in this instance, I can see why the consular officer did. I mean, I think any reasonable person would have denied his case. And so with 2 SB-1 denials, now how do you prove to the custom officer that he did not abandon his residency? Well, one key advantage of going into Mexico and presenting your case before the officer is that your immediate relative could be with you. So he had 2 US citizen children who are amazing nurses, and they went down into Mexico with me to pick him up and to go see him at the with the officer. Now, prior to this happening, I already prepared all the documentation and I already went down and I told the officer, hey look, the 2 US citizen is coming back with their LPR, lawful permanent resident father, who unfortunately had SB-1 denial, right? So you see how I did that? I led with the US citizen children. Can these US citizen children enter? Of course they can. Can I enter as a lawyer and a US citizen? Of course I can. Oh, by the way, there's also this lawful permanent resident. It's the father and he had all this tragedy that happened in his life. Can he enter? The thing is, in every good case, you want to have strong US ties. You also want to have a strong reason why you were temporarily abroad for so many years. In his case, he didn't have both. He only had one. He had really, really solid reasons why he couldn't come back. COVID was a big issue, his age, the funerals, the sickness, the surgeries, his occupation as a monk. We just leaned in to the tragedy that happened. Never mind the fact that he didn't have any US ties, although he had 2 US citizen children that were with him. So that immediately proved the one thing that we lacked. So they were able to be with us, we were able to bring everything together, and we were able to present the case and get it approved. So the process itself is relatively simple compared to other cases where I had to go down multiple times. The argument itself, we got down. What made this case extra hard was just the crazy amount of bad luck this guy has. He missed 2 flights. When we're about to see the officer, like literally like 5 minutes, we're standing in line before seeing the officer. He was like, oh no, I left all my documents in my backpack on the bus. One of the lessons that I learned from this, and I'm really grateful that we do things this way at the firm, is we give ourselves enough slack, right? We don't do things so tightly that we have to do it this way and we just do the bare minimum. We go overboard on every single thing that we do just in case something needs to change and have backup, right? We prepare the entry package and we go down early, and just so we could get the clearance so we know we're safe. We have multiple routes to be able to pick people up and then to be able to shelter them in a hotel. And then I could go down with Margaret and myself. I always bring somebody with me so that way in this situation where we needed to go run back and chase down the bus, we can separate as a team and we can go in and somebody else can take care of something if something else happens. There's so many things that we're able to do because we have the slack, we have the flexibility, you know, because things happen. That's just life, you know, and we have enough bandwidth and enough attention to be able to customize, right? You can't do this date because of some other personal reason. Fine, we can adjust. We can keep on planning until everything is perfect. And maybe that was his lucky day, right? Because he lost his backpack that he was able to find it, right? He missed his flight, but he still got into the US. There's so many things that went wrong. What if it was actually a bad day? What if then he might have not have come in, and that would be far worse. A lot of times you just don't know until you know. And so you want to have enough energy, attention, flexibility, strength, team, resources to attack a particular situation. And great if everything goes by and you don't need to use your plan B, plan C, plan D. But what if in this case you needed to use it? Well, you have everything at your disposal. So that's how we like to do things. Props to Margaret, props to the family, and props to this Buddhist monk that just did not give up. If you have any questions about how to enter and you've lost your green card or you've been outside the US for many years, feel free to give us a call. Take care. Bye-bye.